31 Days of Horror with Mark.
Morning. It's pretty much just coming up for 2 in the morning. It's just past 2 in the morning. And I've just finished watching Mandy. 1 second. Nope, not weird. Barry Manilow deal, Mandy. With Nicolas Cage in it. I've had the film for I think a couple of years, and I've never managed to get round to watching it. So I just watched it just now, and well, it's certainly a film. The one thing I'd say right off the bat is, you know, one of the films you watch and you know for a fact that it's no for everybody. Erin, you will hate this. If you're watching this, you will hate this. It is not for you. It's very stylistic. It's very beautifully shot, and it's very slow burning. But when it gets to the violence, Jesus Christ, it doesn't kind of skimp. It's pretty goddamn brutal, to say the least. Nicolas Cage is on top for me. Like, as I'm sure you guys know, he is very hit and miss these days. Mainly because I think he'll kind of go between picking projects that he kind of needs to effectively, it would seem, to pay his rent, and then projects that he's obviously got like faith in and he actually likes to, you know, actually kind of, he obviously enjoys being in them. Few ones kind of like Kick-Ass, for example. You can tell he's having an absolute blast. I think Frozen Ground's supposed to be really kind of good as well. Bad Lieutenant, which I've still not got around to kind of watching, but this is definitely falls into the category of he's obviously like being like good, like very good. How the fuck to explain this film? So, it obviously kind of follows Nicolas Cage, and his relationship with the title character, kind of Mandy, played by Andrea Riseborough, and it's also very kind of retro. It's kind of set in the 80s. It looks like it's filmed in the 80s, which I thought was really kind of cool. And it's essentially it's a love story that obviously goes tits up. Shit happens, revenge is kind of sworn, and then that's when it starts to get really brutal. Probably I'd say the first hour though, as I say, it's a very slow build up. You witness a couple kind of in love. You witness, as I say, some very beautiful kind of cinematography, and then when it starts to go pear-shaped, I don't really want to like spoil it too much, because I actually kind of think you haven't seen it, you really should get a bash. Apart from you, Erin, you should not give this film a bash. I can't emphasize this to you enough. I could be wrong, but I know you well enough to know that it's not going to be your bag. So yeah, effectively back to it. So yeah, shit goes south, and that's when the psychedelic shit really fucking kicks in. So you've got essentially like a weird ass cult involved, some weird Hellraiser bikers is probably the best way to describe them. Have you ever seen the movie Hellraiser? Where they're like the Cenobites, Pinhead, who wasn't actually called Pinhead to begin with. Apparently it was a whole controversy. Clive Barker didn't actually like the name Pinhead, but unfortunately it kind of stuck, which I think he was fairly kind of miffed about, but yep. But everybody knows like Pinhead, like you'd be hard pressed not to kind of. But you've got these kind of weird kind of bikers that you never get to see in a proper light. In that they're always kind of filmed in darkness. They're all pretty much like you know the Gimp in Pulp Fiction. Just imagine the Gimp in Pulp Fiction, but decidedly more fucked up. There's one with kind of nails like all the way through them and all that kind of stuff there as well. So yeah, so you've got the weird cult, and then you've got the Hellraiser bikers kind of thing. And when shit goes south, Cage goes after them all. As it says, it's pretty gruesome when it gets to the gruesome kind of parts. Some of the stuff I was just like, oh, maybe not as hardcore as Bone Tomahawk, which I kind of watched last night as well. First time I'd kind of watched that. I might kind of do a bit of a review a bit later on in the kind of day. But Mandy says very violent when it wants to be kind of thing. I'm genuinely finding it quite hard to put this into words because I knew like people who have seen it know the kind of film it is. People that haven't seen it, haven't seen it, would potentially be aware of the kind of thing that they're letting themselves in for. It's a kind of level like, for example, Mother wasn't for everybody. Hereditary, Midsummer, that kind of level of like, you know, when you go and kind of see a film and there's good, like, you know there's going to be walkouts. This is one that, imagine if I saw it in the cinema, there would definitely be people getting up and leaving because it takes its time to kind of build up its kind of like effectively its payoff kind of thing. It means that a lot of people would just be like, this is boring, I don't like this, I'm gonna leave. Or yeah, you could tell them kind of whispering to their partner, this is shite, I didn't get this, let's go home. So yeah, it is not a mainstream horror by any stretch of the imagination at all. It is as it says, it's very vibrantly shot. It's beautiful to look at points, like again, like the way the kind of colours pop. It screams. It's set in the like 1983, so I was quite kind of like yee with that. But it looks like an 80s film. I think the last film I saw that looked like it was kind of shot in that relative kind of era. Although I think this was more 70s, was The House of the Devil, directed by Ty West. Another kind of film whereby it wasn't I want to say it was 2009 or something that one came out. But the way that was kind of shot, you would honestly think that it was actually kind of released back in the actual kind of 80s, I think the 70s, I think was the kind of era they were going for with that one. I think even they actually released they released it with a VHS copy, which I actually thought was pretty kind of cool. I could totally imagine this with a VHS thing. With the exception of this kind of shit round the side, I can't stand this kind of like 4 stars. Especially like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the cover's kind of boring. You know, with just the kind of like two people kind of like on it kind of thing. I mean, fair enough, Nicolas Cage looks pretty fucking badass on it. But to be fair, he always looks badass. Even when he's not trying to be. He kind of, that's almost his default setting. The term full cage is kind of used quite a bit to describe him when he kind of like goes off, like, you know, the scene in Vampire's Kiss, which I've no seen, where he kind of quite aggressively says the alphabet kind of thing. That's full cage. There's a film called Deadfall, which I've never seen, but some of the scenes from it is just like him just gone completely off on one. This film is pretty much him going full cage. Like, he starts off, he's just Cage, and then he does go full cage, which totally suits the actual kind of like the story and everything. So you didn't sit there and go, oh, he's going full cage when he doesn't need to. It's completely justified. I'm just trying to think of anything else in this. The bloody axe thing he's got gone as well is pretty awesome. There's a cameo for 80s veteran Bill Duke, who again, if for some reason you're sitting there going, who the hell are you talking about, Mar? Mac in Predator, and he's also in Commando as well. He's like he's the ex Green Beret who's going to kick Arnie's arse, and then Arnie says he eats green berets for breakfast and he's very hungry. So yeah, that's Bill Duke, if you don't remember him. I think that's pretty much all I can really say without getting really, really into it. If you want to ask me about it afterwards, by all means, like send me like post a comment or something like that. Find me on my Instagram or my Facebook or whatever, and just kind of talk to me about it. But yeah, bottom line, it is not for everyone, especially Erin. You'll know what I'm talking about. I think my other half, like, she would have fucking hated that with a fiery passion. I'm pretty sure I would have got like an annoyed look afterwards if she had actually sat and watched that with me. So I'm kind of glad I sat and watched that myself. Other film I watched was Constantine, which I've kind of put like the picture up on Instagram anyway. But I really like the Constantine movie as well. I'm kind of tailing off here, so I'm actually just going to leave that there. This obviously isn't kind of being live streamed to Twitch tonight because it's almost 2:15 in the morning, so I'm just gonna shelf it there. I think I'm maybe going to marathon some films tomorrow, so I may review one or two or the series as a whole. I'll see how I kind of feel there with regard to that. But if you are watching, thank you very much for watching. Please continue to watch. Please give me feedback. I think I am getting into the swinging of things. I still am very kind of aware of my verbal kind of tick, so apologies if that's happened quite a bit. But yeah, good morning. Enjoy the rest of your sleep, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.